Hello everybody! Today I'm going to be taking this pre-designed kit layout right here, which really has no theme. It's pretty generic, could work with any type of photos, but I'm going to be transforming it to a golf theme. And not only that, I wanted to add pink because of my daughter's pink hat, which appears in a couple spots and some pink here. So I really want to highlight that, and there's absolutely no pink in that layout. But I chose some wild berry cardstock because that matches her hat quite well, and her very bright lipstick that she was playing with that day. And you can see just by holding it up with the background here that it's going to look really good and definitely highlights the pink in these photos. So I'm excited to add that. And I even have this golf ball themed stamp to, I think I'm going to random stamp this to create my own patterned paper. There is a stamp like this for several different sports. So no matter what sport you have photos for, this type of thing will work. If you have this kit or not, hopefully you can take some of the ideas I'm showing you and transform them to any layout that you're working on. But I did want to point these cut above kit layouts to you because they're on special buy two get one free right now, and they're a really great deal and I love them. So if you are not familiar with the cut above layouts, there are two-page layouts in each kit. You get the page protectors. I've got those off to the side here. It comes with 3 page protectors, and it comes with everything you need to create these layouts. So super beginner friendly or just super quick layouts if you're into that. Very generic themes for the most part. But I like to take them because it makes it faster, but I can still step them up and make them work for my photos. So it comes with photo placeholders, so you can just put placeholders if you want, or sometimes I will use these as photo mats and trim my photos down a little bit. It comes with all the stickers you're going to need, and they are labeled. So layout 1, layout 2. We're working with layout 2 here, so I probably won't be using all of those since I'm adding some pink, but I'll be using a lot of them. There are some journaling spots and extra little cardstock pieces that you'll need for the layouts. Some of these already popped out from this little die cut punch out sheet here, which is also labeled layout 2, layout 1. So we'll be using some of those. And then this is the other base page for the other layout in the kit that would go like this. So as you can see, really easy to just pop your photos on, add your embellishments. All you really need are your photos, a journaling pen, and some adhesive. But let's go ahead and step this layout up. I am excited to get started. So let's clean this up and dive in.
So I cut down some of my photos to fit on the page and arranged them how I think I'm going to want them. Here are a couple of the 4x6 photo placeholders that I cut down to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 to back those photos over there. And now I'm going to start arranging the items that came in the kit, and some of them I will keep as is and some of them I will be changing. So that orange piece I think is what I'm going to basically be replacing with pink. So I cut a piece of the wild berry cardstock, which was last year's color of the year, and I still love it, and basically just put it in place of the orange. And I want to draw a little more wild berry on this page. It is such a bright and bold color that I want to use it sparingly, and here I am framing my favorite photo of those 3 on the top and kind of drawing that color to the center. I'm definitely going to be rearranging some of this pink, so hang tight to see what I do because I'm not quite crazy about that pink strip going across the middle of the page. Now I'm again playing with the pieces that came with the kit, kind of placing them where they're supposed to be. Some of them I'm putting just in slightly different places, but what I thought I would do is start with where they're supposed to be, and then I can rearrange from there if I want to. Now at this point I am still thinking I'm going to use that pink strip, and I'm going to random stamp just like I thought I might to create my own patterned paper basically. So when you create your own patterned paper, you want to go off the page and have it going in all sorts of different directions so it looks natural and like it was actually printed. So I'm twisting my stamp here, and it's giving that fun custom themed look of golf. It's hard to find golf embellishments, and close to my heart does have a whole golf stamp set that's still available. It's an older one, but it's still on my website. And then there's this golf ball, which is so perfect because I don't need golf embellishments all that often, but this one stamp really brings in this whole theme and drives it home. No pun intended, but there's a ball or a theme in this size stamp set for lots of other sports. There's soccer and basketball and baseball, even rugby and all sorts of other sports, cheer, and they all have that little heart on there. So I'll leave a link to those on my website. So I'm actually going to use that heart to my advantage to bring out more of that wild berry color. So I have a pink colored pencil, which is from the new colored pencils that Close to My Heart is introducing September 1st. They are fabulous. I really love how they blend, and this color is perfect to match my pink. And then I brought in a gray watercolor pencil only because that was the one I had where the color was right. And in the end, I'm actually going to be adding a little bit of shimmer brush, which will blend that watercolor pencil, but you don't have to. You can use watercolor pencils just as is. So if you have some, then you can use them dry or add water to them. And so hopefully at the end, I'll be able to catch some of that shimmer to show you. Now at this point, I realized that I didn't like that bright pink right in the middle of the strip. It just seemed off balance. And so what I did was I matted the 4x4 photo in the pink as well, and I brought in another piece of sapphire pattern paper from an older mix-in collection. I love the mix-in collections because they're usually like a tone on tone or a color with white, so they can usually be brought in with tons of different collections, and I like to keep them on hand. So now I'm going to bring in these golf balls and spruce this page up with my theme. And I did 3 of the golf balls to have in 3 different points of my layout to create that visual triangle I always talk about. I just die cut them with one of the circles in the circle thin cut set. It worked perfectly, and I went a little off the edge on one of them, so I just tucked it under the camera and no problem. So I've got those in the 3 different points, creating a visual triangle. And now I'm going to work on my title. So from my camera is the title that came with this, but I wanted to make it even more custom. So I went on my Cricut and created this title that says driving range because that fits the layout much better, and I wanted to make it just a little bit bigger too. So I have a video showing exactly how to do this, and I will leave that down in the description below if you're interested in learning how to create your own title with the offset on Cricut. I went ahead and added those banner pieces. There's a mix of die cut pieces and stickers up there. There's some of them that look a little bit bigger, and that's just because I cut them off of the sticker sheet and need to peel them off the backing still. So they look a little bit bigger, but I wanted to make sure I liked them up there and liked the placement and got it all just right. I wanted to add a little bit of extra to these, a little bit of pattern to the ones that were just plain. So I brought out one of my background stamp sets. I think this is the background elements. I'll link whichever one it is down below, just to add a subtle pattern to these. I love these background stamp sets because they do have so many different patterns to choose from. There's a newer stamp set that I was considering that had the clouds and the sun, and that could have been cute too, but I didn't want it to be as cutesy. I just wanted a very subtle pattern. And so I've got the subtle pattern on a couple of those. And now I'm going to continue with my embellishing. Again, I'm referring to where the embellishments are on the original layout, trying them there first, and then maybe rearranging a little bit. And you saw me bring in that orange banner again. I replaced it with the pink, and these strips going across the page were kind of throwing me off. I decided, what if I cover those with the wild berry too? And I'm definitely happier with that. I like that going across the page much more than that bold 1 1/4 inch stripe that's going across. Now, if you don't have these kits, you can still get the layout design ideas from these kits. They're really great sketches. Those strips going across are, I believe, 1¼ by 9½. It might be escaping me exactly, but I had to cut that wild berry one. And so from my memory, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So then the white box would just be a little bigger. It's probably about 10 inches. And then the fun white stitching going around. And so you can just cut papers and make your layout look like this. It's a very fun design. But again, the kits are on sale and they're so easy and fun to play with. So you can check those out as well. But if you just want to play with your own supplies and not use a kit, then that is an option too. Just kind of look at it as a sketch. So I'm gluing down all of these little banners here just with my tape runner, and I cut the stickers down, and I thought, well, what if I add a little heart on some of these banners? So I have this little Martha Stewart punch that has been in my stash forever. I absolutely love it, and I love that it punches a bunch of little hearts at once. So I thought I would try those out, and spoiler alert, I don't end up using them because I already have those hearts on the page that are on the golf balls. And so then I just kind of felt like it was a little bit too much. But I am going to go back to the die cuts and stickers that came with the kit again and place them around the page. Now at this point, I'm not really putting them in the same places that they called for on the layout. I'm kind of doing my own thing at this point and playing around. I play forever and a day with embellishing because I just love this process. This is my happy place. I am filled with joy when I do this process. It's just so relaxing, and I love just futzing around and playing with where things are going to go and just finding the right spot. I mentioned in my last video, I realized, you know what? It's the puzzle. I love puzzles, and embellishing is like a puzzle to me. So I really was happy with that star that I put on the lens of the camera. I thought that was really fun. It's very subtle, but just a fun little detail. And then I had these wild berry dots. I do believe these might be still available, or at least there's like some sort of wild berry embellishments still available. But I had those in my stash and they worked nicely. And so just scattering these little bits and pieces that came in the kit. I was thinking I wanted some little bits and pieces by those golf balls, but decided, you know what, I'm just going to leave those 2 golf balls on their own, and I'm going to build up these other clusters that I have started and just kind of add to those ones, making sure that I have all of the colors represented and kind of spread out evenly. So we'll put that right there. And then again, thinking maybe I want something over by the golf ball. No, I don't. We're going to add this up here and build up that cluster. And then I added some dots to the pennants at the top. And then in the end, I realized I didn't put any on the 2 end pieces. So I went back and did that too. Now here is the shimmer brush that I'm adding, and it helps to blend that watercolor pencil. Now again, you don't have to blend the watercolor pencil with anything wet, but this is basically like a water, and so it blends it. And then it added a little bit of sparkle to that kind of shadow area of the golf balls as well. So here is all I have left, those orange pieces and then some of those arrows that didn't really fit after all. And here's a close-up look at everything. I'm going to show you the original when I'm done with this. And if you want to see still shots of the close-ups and the layout, I have those over on Instagram and Facebook, and my channels are all linked down below, as well as all of the supplies and those kits that are on sale are linked down below as well. So let me bring in that original. We added more photos, we added an extra color, we added our own theme, lots of fun stuff going on here. If you enjoyed this, I hope that you'll give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post scrapbooking videos every week, and here's another one on screen that I think you might enjoy. Thanks for watching and have a great day.